Hello everybody. This video is part 2 of our operations module, where we're showing that we've built a system for the operations of this particular company. It's a trucking company. We've built a methodology for recording all the operating events, including sales and cost of sales. Now what we're going to show you in this video is how that feeds through into the Ark Zen system, and it feeds through at the same time. While we're processing the operations, it immediately goes straight through and updates our payroll, our fixed asset register, cost of sales, etc. All gets updated simultaneously. So what I've got to do is I've got to introduce you to the Ark Zen accounting system. Now the Ark Zen system is very different from your normal system. We work with a system called macro journals, a unified database followed by macro journals. And this is extremely powerful. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to introduce you to this just by showing you an example. I'm going to go to our sales system here, click here and click here. Go to our debtors, go to our income for sales, and go to our sales. And this is an invoice listing, okay? And this is done by group by month. And you can see that number 59811 is what we had in the operating system. And if I go back here where we have a little summary report, okay, here's our summary report. That's what comes from the operations. This is what's coming from the journals. So we can match them up, okay, and we can see how they work, okay? Now, what happens here, this column, this whole column becomes a journal. Okay, so it grows during the course of the year. It's not a static journal, like one journal, then you go to another one. It's a journal that grows throughout the course of the year. Okay, and it always stays in harmony with the journal stays in harmony with what's in the actual population database. So this makes it very, very powerful. So let me now take you out of here and show you the journal. Okay, I'm going to come back out of here. Now the journals are under the accounting system. So we go under accounting, journal interrogation, journals. Okay, now this groups all the journals together that are income before tax. But I'm going to interrupt here. I just want to show you this little feature. If I click here and go by journal, okay, now what I'm seeing, I've got 70 journals. And those 70 journals are all I need to move from opening balances to closing balances. The way it works is that side 1 is the active side, side 2 is the passive side, and there's always a balanced journal. You can see that they all net to 0. Okay, so side 1 over here, but when we change this to accounts, then of course they go all over the place. And but that will take you through just 70 journals. It makes it so clear, so easy to understand. Whereas the normal general ledger is a complete mishmash, thousands of journals going through and correcting journals, and you can't use it. It's actually an unworkable document to actually go and get any information on without doing a whole lot more work. So we get away from doing all that work, and you can see it clearly here. So if I scroll down now here, scroll down, we'll come down to our sales journal. There's our sales journal, and the journals are named. We know it's a sales journal. This is the value of our invoices for year to date. Okay, and there we go. There's our figure again, 59811. And if I right click on here, okay, I've just got to change this now to accounts. And if I right click on here, debit trade debtors 59 million and credit sales 59 million. And that's how we have this one-to-one correspondence. Very, very easy to see. So it means it's very easy even for a non-accountant to actually follow how this actually fits together and how this actually works. And it's done instantaneously in terms of the processing along with the operating side. So as we run that operating side, we're feeding it through into the accounting system. Now, what I want to introduce you to now is I've shown you like the sales, but let's go and have a look now at the payroll. So now I can go look at my payroll system, go back to my salaries here. And again, it comes up by month, and I can pick a month like September. And now I've got my different drivers. Let's go to employee here. These are just we've only entered the drivers for this model, but obviously we'd have staff as well. But here we go. Here's our actual staff numbers here. We can see this. We've just given the guys the same amount, regardless. Okay, but obviously that would fluctuate when we've got real proper data. Okay, so we've got the payroll. So we've updated the payroll system. So you've got it on the operating side, on your payroll side. We've set it on the sales side. We've got it there. Okay, let's go and have a look at our fixed assets now. To get to fixed assets, I do that under accounting. That's regarded, and we've got assets here, fixed assets. Now I'm going to go to reports, book values, and summary. Okay, and now I come in here. Now this is what we've done. We've said you've got 14 trucks, value of 77 million. These are all guesstimated figures. Obviously we don't know, but this is just a guesstimated item. Okay, and here's our depreciation for the year of 15,399,000. Okay, we've got that coming across, and our final number over here is 22,550. So you can see those items coming through here. So you can see that everything's being pushed through from the operating module that we've developed for you. It gets pushed into the accounting module, and we have this complete one-to-one match up here. As I say, if we look down here on this one here, you can see, and that's our actual statements. So let's go now and have a look at our statements here. I'm going to come back to here, back. back. Okay, and now I'm going to go to statements, income statement, and now I can look at my income statement. And here the numbers are that we're getting familiar with: 59,811, 54,011, and there's our gross margin of 5,799 for the year. Okay, and we can see exactly what's going on in terms of how the system works. Now these ones have some very nice phased reports. We could look at a quarterly report. Okay, and there we go. We can see this broken up by quarter and see if there are any anomalies that happen. Sometimes some companies we have seasonality, so there'll be a dip in winter and a rise in summer. Black Friday could come into there, and then the same thing for monthly. I prefer quarterly. I think quarterly is a better unit than monthly, but you've got the monthly ones available. And now we've got our balance sheet is immediately available as well. We can go to our balance sheet. That remember that 22,550 that we showed you? There it is sitting on our balance sheet, and the whole balance sheet and the balance sheet balances, so we can see precisely what is going on with all of these numbers. Now let's come out of here, go to our cash flow. Same with our cash flow. We can see what's happening with cash flow items. They're all coming down here. This thing balances at the bottom here. You can see that it balances. We can go into our quarterly. Okay, same thing. We can get the quarterly numbers and the monthly numbers, and then we have our expenses. We can go down on our expenses. Let's go quarterly here. So now this is our detailed expenses. We can see exactly what's happening with our expenses, and this is all also captured and recorded, so it's available whenever we want. So by linking these two up, we save time and money, and we have this perfect harmony now, not only between the accounting input data and double entry, but also now with the operations, because we're actually using that to drive this whole system. So we believe this could save clients an immense amount of money and also give you a clarity that you don't have in the current situation. And literally, when you get those accounts at 9 o'clock the following morning, you are right ready to do an audit. You are right ready to, produce your annual financial statements on a year-to-date basis. So we think this is really powerful and really elegant. It's going out now. Next week it'll be going out to the world. So, but this is an opportunity for you to have a look at it and see if you'd be interested in giving it a try. Thanks very much.